Hello everyone, I'm back again, unfortunately. So it would appear that I am once again taking up the mantle of Spokes Idiot for this one particular game. You might have heard of it. I may have made a couple of videos on the matter. So, Friends vs. Friends recently hit its lowest player count that I've ever seen. Just 6 concurrent players. And now they're releasing merch. So, apparently there's been some drama. Everyone involved in the game is continuing to be very cryptic, and I think people are sick of it. They just want to know what's happening. If you care about games being a way for devs to express themselves, if you care about studios that are against pay to win, against expensive titles, pro representation, or you just want to see more cool, fast-paced games that actually innovate, then this is a story you'll want to hear about. So, let's get stuck in, because there's a bit to unpack today. So, what the hell is happening with Friends vs. Friends now? It seems like every time I talk to people about this game, all they say is how nobody knows what's happening, and the game has, or had, entered the realm of dumpster fire status. Okay, guys? Now, I personally was just moving on to new games at this point, trying to figure out a new direction for the channel, been working on my music production, just taking a step back, seeing how things play out. So I was just enjoying a pleasant evening working the graveyard shift, like I do now, and Edu, one of the developers, has seemingly out of nowhere dropped this news that plushies are being released for more of the in-game characters. So for some context, the plushies are being released through a business called Makeship. And for those of you who maybe don't know what Makeshift is, basically it's a company that, makes plushies, duh. But the business model is kind of interesting. You tell them your idea and pay them, and they make a prototype, and then if it gets enough pre-orders, then they know it's going to be profitable, and then everyone gets their plushies after. It gets made afterwards. As you can see, if we take a look, he says, coming back just to spam at everyone, asking for money in exchange for plushies. As expected, the entire server freaking erupted, like the basement-dwelling stinkers we are. Now, my first reaction to this was honestly, why? Friends vs. Friends costs money to play. Why are they focusing their time and energy on doing something that only the players of this game are going to care about? You know, I'd love to hear you guys' initial thoughts too about this. To be fair, in context, Brainwash Gang is a studio that's been probably struggling behind the curtains when it comes to money. They are beholden to a larger publisher, and it's been a while since their last standout success, which was Leica Age Through Blood, and that released over 2 years ago. It can't be making much money anymore. But moving on. So as many of us expected, the plushie sales aren't going to reach enough to where the plushies can be made. And then a few days later, we got a whole new post on Steam. This was literally just yesterday or a couple days ago, again from the developers saying, hey, we're back to ask for money. Yeah, like real money. Make these guys real, the perfect gift to yourself this holiday season. And then they leave more links and say, aside from this, we haven't talked much about the game or its future in a while. We're still dealing with our own dramas, but we'll get back to you all soon. A sincere apology, a small request for money to help make these little friends real. Thanks for your time and money, the guy who asked for money. And the ending here is pretty funny, kind of self-aware. But yeah, as you can see, they're dealing with internal drama at the studio. And honestly, the responses the devs are getting to this over Steam are not exactly all happy. Because we don't even know if the servers will be staying up. And they're doing this stuff. It's a very confusing situation to be in. Honestly, I feel like the fate of the game kind of hangs in the balance. There might be someone in corporate trying to test if people are still excited about anything to do with the game, or honestly even fans anymore. But that's why I'm kind of coming out the woodwork here to comment on this and spread awareness, because these plushies only have 6 days left to sell. And we don't know what's going to happen to the game, the servers, or the studio long term if they don't. So I've left the links down below. If you're fans of Friends vs. Friends, or are looking to get into it or something similar, I would really encourage you guys to at least check them out. Hopefully this sale helps the game, or maybe it'll just show us where people really stand. Yeah, I'm just gonna go off script for a second here. I'm working on a couple more videos at the moment, but I don't know when they're coming. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I might just post some music in the meantime or something. I don't know, I guess we'll see.